Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of our FusionFall retro playthrough, and it has been a minute, has it not? It's been a minute since our last part. I uploaded one the other day, but that wasn't recorded for about a week because I was on vacation for a week. So I'm back from vacation now. I'm ready to record. I'm ready to continue with our FusionFall retro adventure, and I'm also here to cover this new update that we just launched. So yeah, if you go check out the game right now, there's a brand new update. I'm going to show you a couple of the really cool things that I like about the new update that you should probably check out yourself as well. I'm here in Townsville Center, not because I have a mission to do here or anything, because this vehicle vendor guy. So the big thing about this latest update was that vehicles were reworked. There's a lot more of them now, and a lot of them are really, really cool, so I'm going to show off maybe a few of my favorites. But before we get into that today, you notice the nanos at the bottom corner. I already see that you do. We're going to run through all these people who told us to use our nano suggestions today, which is Ed, and Eddie. Honestly, didn't expect anything else. It's a very, very easy to work with nano comp for what we had to do. So, I'd like to thank Iron Fist, Teenage Striker, Wesley Inman, Bobby Boy, Queen Talia, Sid Woodward, and Nicholas. Thank you guys so much for suggesting these nanos. We got Ed, we got Eddie. They work out. They're in the line that they should be. They're in order. But yeah. Let's get into it. So vehicles have been completely changed. Not completely. There's still vehicles that like move you around fast. But now there are a bunch of these vehicle vendors all over the world. There used to be just 3. There used to be one at the Darklands, one in Mount Blackhead, and this guy here. Now there's like 15 or so all around the world. There's one in City Hall right up there. I can go show that one off actually because we're really close to it. There's one in Nowhere. There's one in Sector V. There's one. They're all over the place, and they all sell different vehicles. So the reason why I'm here for this one is because my favorite new vehicle, I think, of the bunch, we have the police car still, which is now level 14. It went down, and we also have the Wacky Tacky, which is also a new one. It's kind of like a recolor, looks like a taxi. But my favorite has to be the Dynamite Dasher. So I'm gonna buy that one. But before we get into it, you'll notice that there's on here twice. There's the regular guys here, and then there's the ones that say DX Dynamite Dasher. That just means that they're a lot faster. You can see this is 800 class, but this one is 1200 class, and they also cost a lot more. So it really just depends on what kind of money you have. See, as you can see here, we almost have 1 million taros. So like, I'm gonna definitely buy the DX version because it's faster, and I'll be able to get around a lot easier. So we have our Dynamite Dasher. Let's take a look at him. Look at how awesome he is. He has little feet. His feet like paddle. His head moves. He blinks. He's got the tail that wags. Oh, I love this guy so much. One of the few new vehicles that were completely remodels as well. There are a lot of vehicles that were just the cars or the hoverbikes, and they have like a cool new retexture. There's a lot of those, like the Wacky Taxi, for example. But a couple of them are their own kind of new thing. So if we go up here, we have a monkey minion called Pow Puffa.
What's up?
And what does he say? The mayor personally guarantees the safety of all these hover vehicles, as far as you know. He's got the Powerpuff Girl he got the Powerpuff Girls Dynamo cars, and he has the Love Bug. So you can also get some of those if you want. There are plenty of other ones. We're going to actually be going to Nowhere next, just to show off a couple more of those. So I'm going to cut the video, and I'm going to be right back as we go to Nowhere. Alright, so we have arrived in Nowhere. And as you can see, there's another vehicle vendor here, an eggplant named Krusty Sketty. That's a bit weird. But they have access to another one of my favorites that we added. So the circuit board looks amazing. This is actually one of the coolest retextures I think we have in the whole game. The circuit board looks really cool, especially if you have like kind of like a greenish outfit. They have the Kevin car, of course, and we also have the eggplant mobile. I'm gonna buy that one as well. I know buying 2 vehicles is not necessarily ideal, but look at this guy. You got a little car. He's got an eggplant. He blinks. His tentacles move in the. Look at that. Look how cool this is. Oh man, all these new vehicles, amazing. The reason I actually went to Nowhere, other than to show you this amazing cool eggplant mobile, look at him, he blinks. Other than to show you this is actually, since we just got to level 32 last episode, Courage has a new guide mission for us called Swarm Reception. We're going to be going to the Dark Tree today, and we're going to do some of those quests. More news from the sack scanner. Dark fusion flies in the dark glade are carrying the tree's infected seeds. You need to get rid of them. So we've taken a bit of a detour, it seems. I'm going to go and fly on back to Mount Blackhead while we talk about this. But if you remember, last time we did a guide mission for Courage, we kind of took a little bit of a detour. The magic tree was being infected. So instead of, you know, in order to train us up, in order to get us to where we need to be, which is Fuse's lair eventually to rescue the crazy brain candy from Fuse's clutches, we gotta go save the Dark Tree a little bit. That's kind of what we'll be doing. Double D sent us a email for this. I'm glad you helped the magic tree, but when you're done, we really need to find the crazy brain candy. Yeah, Double D, we know. We're under leveled. We're level 32, and we need to be level 36 for Fuse's lair. Yes, and also, a couple extra new things that were added in the updates. I will show that off once I land in Blackhead, because you can now redeem codes. You can now redeem codes, which is very, very cool. I actually will show off, if you guys want to stick around until the end of the video, I will be showing you a secret code, like a actual secret code, like a not the one that we tweeted about. We tweeted about a code which I'm about to input right now, but there's actually like a secret code that is in the game that you have to go find, and I will show you where it is if you stick around until the end of the episode. So we're gonna another couple of other things. Some NPCs have been updated a little bit. Some of them have moved slightly, like Dexter and Computress are now out of the shadows underneath Dex Labs headquarters, because they're in the shadows. They don't look that good. And also Coop has been moved a little bit. He was in the shadow as well, so he kind of moved him out of the way, so he looks a lot cooler over there. So before I get in the scamper and go back to the Darklands, in the inventory you might have seen there's now a redeem code option. And if you want to enter your code, and I type anniversary hat, you get a little active mission cap. If you guys remember, one of the first things we got, if you made your character when the game first launched, like within the first couple of weeks of the game first launching, you got a hat that's blue with a exclamation point on it for a mission cap. This is now the 1-year anniversary, so this is now the active mission cap because it's a question mark. FusionFall Retro has been available for 1 whole year. Here's a fun variation of the mission cap. So I'm going to rock this guy for today. And also there's another code, but again, I will show you guys at the end of the episode because it is very secret and it's a bit out of the way from where we are going. So I'm not gonna do that right now. So we're back in the Darklands. We got a couple more missions to take before we head on over to Mr. Mongo. Also, I'm going to equip my Dynamite Dasher instead of the Eggplant Mobile, because I think that's cooler. So we have some more missions from Tetrax and Jack. Fusion Assembly Line Part 2 is available. The Skull Crushers have picked up where the Skull Bashers left off. You need to stop them from working on the Fusion Assembly Line. So, if you remember from, I believe it was last part, Fuse kind of has this assembly line going where he wants to mass-produce fusions, and that would not be very good for us at all. So we have to go put a stop to that. Also, Samurai Jack has a mission for us, and it is another Control Center Assault quest. One of my favorites. It is now time for the scientific phase of our master plan. You must raid the Control Center in the Dark Glade. Dexter will come to help you. Ready? So, it looks like we gotta go raid another, we're gonna have to go raid another Fusion Control Center. So we're gonna fly over to Hunter's Crest while we're there. Let's see what we gotta do. So Dark Fusion Flies are carrying the Dark Tree seeds. You need to go to Dark Glade to eliminate them. Try to collect the seed. And then Skull Crushers are building the assembly line. We know that. And then it's now time to raid the next Fusion Control Center. We will batter Fuse with the power of science. Okay, so this is sort of a scientific mission that we're going to be undergoing. There's also, we have 2 more slots for missions. I think we're only going to really be taking 1 at this very moment. Because Demongo has a mission for us. We're finally going to be able to finish Demonic Business, which is a quest he's been kind of having us do bit by bit for a while. I believe we do get part 4 at this level, so we'll be able to go down and kind of claim that one, which is cool. Another mission line checked off the box, or at least we will. We haven't really done it yet. So, all these missions are taking place in Dark Glade, which is, if you kind of scroll up here, this is the fire pits right here. This is Hunter's Crest, where Demongo is. Right here's the Dark Glade. We've been here before. We kind of know. We kind of know a little. Have we been here before? I don't remember if we've been here before. We might have. I don't think we have, actually. So, if we haven't been here before, we're about to go check it out for the first time. And it's a really, really cool looking infected zone. It's honestly one of the biggest and one of the coolest looking infected zones in the entire game. Just in terms of sheer size and sheer theme. And obviously you'll see a little bit about that when we actually go inside, because it's really, really cool. The platforming is a bit to be desired, but other than that, I think the theming of that infected zone is actually quite amazing. We're gonna land here next to the Hibachi Grill. Remember our Hibachi Grill of eternal pain and suffering? I remember. Let's go talk to Demongo. Get on our Dynamite Dasher, why not?
Let me guess.
So he has Demonic Business Part 4. The Great Demongo has unraveled the riddle of the frenzying monsters. Accept your next mission, and I will tell you all. So it looks like we're finally going to be able to figure out what is actually going on with the weapons. Ancient spirits in the earth, invisible to the eye, attack certain monsters, trying to turn them into weapons to use against Fuse. This makes the monsters frenzy. When you defeat the monsters, the weapon stays behind. Defeat 6 bully behemoths in the dark light, and I will study the spirits. So, I think bully behemoths are technically the closest one to where we are right now, so I'm just going to kind of speed past all these guys. Not really give a care about where I am going. I think I should be fine, especially if I have Eddie as a healer, because I can just really quickly heal. Oh, no, this isn't good. This is not good. This is not good. This is not good. Please, Eddie, save me. So this did not go according to plan. I did not expect to be ganged up by like 17 of them at once. But now we're over here. Not where I wanted to be, but you know, we're still, it's kind of where we wanted to be. So if you actually run off the path and don't get cornered by mobs like I just did, you'll eventually come to these gates. These gates up at the top. Hello, Dynamite, by the way. He's a really cool character. He's from his own show, Dynamite. There's not called Dynamite. There's a little bit of an extra thing on there, but he's from his own show. He's also an episode of Dexter's Lab as well. But if you cross the barrier, we have woolly behemoths, which is not what we need. You can now see the dark tree chilling over there. It's a little bit of a ruin over here. The things are not looking too great. The bridges are all broken. But there is one singular bridge still available that can take us to where we need to be, which is inside the infected zone. This whole area is an infected zone. Like, sometimes I say that and it's like Goat's Junkyard, where it's like there's a little bit of area outside. No, there's no area outside this infected zone. The whole thing is an infected zone. I think this right here, this little bridge, is the only place outside of the infected zone in this area. So we're gonna go into Dark Tree Clearing. Unfortunately, you can't use your vehicles in here, which kind of is not the greatest, because we just got some new vehicles to use. But so we have Bully Behemoths and we have Skull Crushers, which are also in here. I believe they are kind of towards the back. Yes, so we're gonna get to. Well, we have to go to Dark Glade. Where do we have to go for this? Kind of in the middle. Okay, let me kind of just plan this out. I know Fusion Flies are off to the side, so actually maybe those will be easier to go to first, because I know Fusion Flies you kind of have to run up here. And platform a little bit to go to. The rest of them are kind of over towards that path that way. Of course, if I remember how Dark Glade is laid out. We also need to go down the middle, so I'll kind of look over the cliff for you in case you have not been here before. There's a giant pit. That's the Dark Tree right there. And there's kind of this giant pit of fusion matter down there. Very dangerous, but we will be going there eventually. Here's the Dark Fusion Flies. I was correct. You can kind of find them chilling down in this little area. Again, our monster choices, our nano choices, for combat, not the greatest. I guess Eddie's totally cool for healing. But of course, Double D is a treasure finder, so he's not really going to help us with that. Oh, we got it! Dark Tree Seed immediately. Whoa, that was scary. Now can you go check out our friend, the Magic Tree? I can. I think first things first, we might as well just go to the control center, because it's right here. It's, I believe, that fusion portal that's kind of like down there, so I might as well just Geronimo jump in on it. Yeah, it looks like it's definitely that fusion portal. So obviously you can't swim in the infected green gross water, which I'm going to be doing anyway because I have a healing nano that can allow me to do that. But you can platform around on the roots if you have some nanos to do so. The next fusion control center is nearby. Are you receiving me, Dexter? So we have Dexter coming in with us this time. I copy, Jack. Let your pupil know that I am en route. Okay. So we had Blossom with us the last time. Blossom was our ally, our pal the last time, but now Dexter's gonna be with us this time. Here's some Skull Crushers. I have Fusion Mandrake in my sights. Let's go. I don't think this guy actually will count towards our quest to defeat Skull Crushers. I think he's technically a different enemy. But I can always check to see. Let's find out. Did we take out one? We did. Okay, they actually do count. Okay. That'll actually make it a lot easier when we actually get to doing... I'm not going to defeat 11 of them in here, because that would be a lot. And I don't think there even are 11 in here, if I'm being honest with you. But we are going to at least take a little bit of a chunk out of them, so we don't have to do it all the way next time. We have to go talk to... we don't even have to talk to Dexter. We just have to defeat Fusion Mandrake. He's kind of over there in the corner. Dexter's just chilling. He seems to be in a very vulnerable position. Not a lot of cover for these skull crushers roaming around. These very deadly monsters just roaming around. How's it going, Dexter?
Welcome to Dex Labs.
Welcome to Dex Labs. Okay, so we can change our guide here if we want. I'm not going to change our guide right here. I want to defeat one more skull crusher. Why not? Make our lives a little bit easier when we actually get out of the Okay, I took my hands off WASD. I need to stop doing that. That's always what knocks me out, is I always take my hands off WASD, and then I get an eruption attack, and I can't get out of the way in time. So that makes our lives a little bit easier. We actually have to defeat this 11 skull crushers, because now we only have to defeat 7. Let's go take out Fusion Mandark, though, and get this control center under control. I can put him to sleep, but it's not really going to do anything, and he has freedom, so it doesn't matter. But it's going to be kind of useful if we need to run past enemies and put them to sleep. Mandark is very, very tanky. I don't know if it's my gun that's not doing a lot of damage, or it's everything else. We did it! We did it! Dexter. Dexter, I want you to think a little bit. Use that big old brain of yours and think. We did it? What did we do collectively? I did it.
I have a message for you.
Our plan is being executed perfectly. Please return to me. Whatever you say, Jack. Jack. Whatever you say. Okay, so now getting out of here is the hard part. So there are these things that come out of these machines called air bubbles. I don't know if they're actually called air bubbles. That's what I call them. I call them air bubbles. Ah! Okay, I guess I didn't mean to not jump there. So if you stand in this thing, eventually a bubble will kind of rise out of it. I don't really know why they explain, or how they explain this, but it's like a little air pocket kind of bubble thing that you can platform on, and they kind of travel around, and their collision is not always the greatest, I will say. Not always the greatest. Like this guy, I kind of have to run with him for a little bit before I actually get put inside the bubble, but he will eventually. This little bubble guy, my favorite, he'll eventually take you around to where you can kind of platform yourself on out of here, which I believe is right here. I'm gonna wait till I'm a little bit closer, because I don't think I can make the jump. Now I think I can. I think I can. I know I can. Okay. So we do have to platform out a little bit, because we have to go... Ah! Oh no. No! I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, the bubbles are a bit finicky. They are a really cool concept, I think. They just don't often work 100% of the time. Can I get up on this thing, or am I just gonna die? I might as well just die, I think. Yeah, hold on, let's do that. Let's speedrun. If you want to get out of here, another good idea is to come over to this corner over here specifically. It has to be this corner. Or it could be that corner, I'm pretty sure. And then die. But this corner is the easiest. And then you'll spawn at the beginning. The reason why it has to be that corner is because this is one of the only infected zones. I think this might actually be the only infected zone where there are 2 resurrectums. If we didn't actually get a chance to see it, but if we would have gone past the Dark Fusion Flies where we fought them, we would have eventually ran into a second resurrectum kind of over there. So if you die over kind of on that end of the infected zone, you'll kind of get teleported to that resurrectum instead. And also, look at this really cool scene. I really like the scenery of this infected zone. It's very, very cool. I think it's one of the coolest looking infected zones in the game, especially with the dark tree in the background, all mystic and weird, and these ghoulish growths, or ghastly growths, my bad. Kind of just, on the land. So here's the camp. There's a little camp over here that has the bully behemoths, which are the monsters that we need to fight for this. So I'm gonna try to do my best to take these guys down. How many do we have to fight? 6? That's not too bad. I guess with our nanos it might be a bit too bad, but these guys obviously look just like the woolly behemoths in the last. Most of the monsters in Dark Glade are share models and names even with the ones in. Oh, we got a friend helping us out. Hello, thank you so much. I don't know if I'll be able to get your name before the danger screen goes away, but who are you? It's Bance Quincy. Hello. Thank you so much for helping me with that behemoth. It seems to be you're kind of on your own quest for fighting behemoths, so I'm sorry if I took any from you, or if you're doing a quest or something. I did not mean to. But yeah, so there's the Skull Crushers and the Skull Bashers, which are the same. The bully behemoths and the mean behemoths. The Fusion Flies are similar. The only one that's new would be the Growths, I'm pretty sure, are the new guys. We need one more. Are there any up here? I don't remember if there are any up here or not. I think there might be, but I think my boy Quincy kind of took them all out, which is no big deal. you gotta do your missions. I'm not gonna be mad at someone for doing their missions, but I kind of want one to respawn. Let me see if I can find any. We need one more guy. Are there any up here? I don't think there are. I don't think there are any monsters up there. There's where the bashers are over there. I should probably just go on and move on to the bashers while I wait for these guys to respawn, but honestly, it shouldn't be too long in terms of respawning. I'll just wait. I'll wait. We'll have a good time. We'll chat. I think out of all of the new vehicles that were added, I believe 6 of them have new models, technically. One of the really cool ones that I'll probably show off on my way to show off the new code item is, oh, here, they respawned. I'm going to be showing off the plank hoverboard as well. That's one of my other favorites. The plank hoverboard can be bought in Peach Creek Commons, as well as a cardboard box that you can kind of run around in. And it's really, really funny. There we go. Bring that burnished glaive, so I may study it. I don't know what the word burnished means. I'm assuming it's kind of like it's an adjective, obviously, but I don't know what it actually describes. But we have to go defeat more skull crushers as well.
Hello.
Demongo is not to be trusted, but his knowledge is vast. Please come see me. Do we have to go talk to Demongo? Yeah, we have to go talk to Demongo, and then I'm assuming we have to go talk to Jack afterwards. Nice, nice, nice. Let's take out this skull crusher as well. There we go. Luckily, we got a couple of these guys just chilling around here, and they're adapting, so adaptive nanos are going to be nice against them too, if they don't use corruption attacks like that. But Ed's making us do a lot of damage to him, which is nice. There also is, it looks like an egg over there. I think it's just a power-up egg, though. It's not like a golden cocoa egg or anything. There's a fusion portal over there. Ignore that. We're going to be going in there, I'm pretty sure, soon. I actually don't remember whose fusion portal that is. I guess I can go check. Why not? I'm right here. We're fighting skull bashers. Skull crushers, my bad. I also believe that technically, if we didn't fight those skull crushers in the in Fusion Mandark's control center, I think technically there are less than 11 skull crushers over here on the side of the map, so it wouldn't really be possible. You have to wait for some to respawn as well, just kind of like how we did for the behemoths. But in the case of the behemoths, it wasn't because there weren't as many behemoths, it's because someone else was taking them out with me. Okay, so there's one more and he's over there, but I'm gonna go check out whose his lair belongs to. It's Fusion Demongo's lair. That, I believe, is for the Aku nano mission, which is, we'll eventually get to that. We have to do Courage first, and we have to do Courage and Samurai Jack first, before we get to Aku, the Master of Masters, the Shogun of Sorrows. You know, the Great Lord Aku. One more Skull Crusher to take out, and then there are missions that we can take. There are NPCs in this infected zone that give out missions, but we don't have enough slots for them right now. Good, their work is at a standstill now. So we have to go return this to Demongo, and then we'll be able to probably come back and do the rest of the missions that can be found here, because there are 2. They're kind of over that way. There's 2 NPCs, a Candy agent and the good doctor. There are Cartoon Network NPCs there. Again, a Candy operative and a doctor whose job is to look at the great, or not the great tree, the dark tree. That's what I meant to say. So if you want to get out over here, the easiest way is, I used to think you have to climb up the slide. You don't actually have to climb up the slide. You just wait for this platform to come down, and it'll give you a nice little jumping point to the exit. And also, since this is technically our first time in the Dark Glade on this playthrough, you better be used to coming back here a little bit, because the Dark Tree is a very, very important area, not just for this level. Like, this level, of course, has a lot of the missions involved there, but plenty of missions and guide missions, specifically. Guide missions are the big one, have you go back to the Dark Tree over and over again, so just keep that in mind when you're platforming here. Get very used to the Dark Tree layout, the platforming, because it is going to be something that you very clearly need to go back to a lot. I know we're not doing them right now, but Dexter's guide mission specifically, I think the last guide mission that Dexter has you do, like level 36, has you go to the Dark Tree. I believe there are a couple more level 36 missions that kind of have you go to the Dark Tree. It's a very kind of important little area, which is kind of strange given that it is a level 32 area, but I understand it because of how important the area seems to be and how cool the area is. If you want to platform back up the stairs, there are gaps in the stairs, so just make sure that you don't fall through those. It's a lot easier with a vehicle because you could skip a lot of them, but we have our Dynamite Dasher, which is nice. Our Mr. Mutt. And we're just going to head back through the gate and over to the burnished we're gonna go hand the burnished glaive over to Demongo, Mr. Mongo, as I've been calling him recently. Hopefully he has his powers back. Actually, not hopefully he has his power back, because he is a very evil man. But we're gonna give this back to Demongo. Ancient spirits of the earth attack the monsters and turn them into weapons. The legend of the master weapon speaks of this. The master weapon's arsenal continues to grow. I am impressed with your tenacity. Okay, so now we have to go back to the magic tree, to go back to Jackface, to go back to Tetrax. We'll do that later. Right now, we're going to get attacked by a Skull Crusher. But also right now, what we want to do is we want to go back to the Dark Tree. Because, as I mentioned previously, there are some more missions. I think there are like 3 or 5 missions, technically. I think 3 to 5 missions, I think, that we have to do. And that all kind of involve us in the Dark Tree. I don't remember how many of them actually involve us going into the Dark Tree. Or staying in the Dark Tree, I guess, because we take them in the Dark Tree. I don't remember how many of them actually involve us staying there. Some of them are actually pretty funny. There are a lot of fun, like a lot of the funniest missions in the game actually take place in the later levels, which is something that you don't actually wouldn't really expect, because the Darklands is very serious and grim, and like Fuse is here and bah. But honestly, like the Demongo quest we did last time with the hibachi girl, that was hilarious. The cheese missions are going to be really funny when we get to those, which is, I believe, next level. I don't know if we'll be able to get to our level today, or next level today. I'm going to try to do some scavenging with Buttercup eventually. I don't think I'll be able to do to the ones in here, but I will do it when we get to Jack and Tetrax and stuff, and get a little bit of extra fusion matter with that. And maybe we'll be able to level up to level 33, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So if you want to get to the NPCs, kind of just follow this path. We kind of are already in that direction. Like, you just want to kind of go on over to, well, the camp where the behemoths were. You want to go through the camp, up the path, and instead of going to where the Skull Crushers were, kind of swing a right and go kind of around. Again, I'm going to take the path, so you'll see where I'm going. But it's a pretty nice path on over to the 2 NPCs, which are kind of over there by the towers. That's kind of where their spot is. Again, I said there's a candy agent and there's a doc. The doc missions are pretty serious, but the candy missions are actually kind of funny. So we'll definitely get it. And he also kind of connects to the cheese missions, which we'll be doing sooner or later in another part. I'm not sure if it'll be this one specifically or there he is. You can see him. I don't remember exactly what the numbers are. I think it's like 4 digits, like 2713 or something. It's something along those lines. And then you can see Doc. I don't know if you can see Doc from here. She's there. She is in the pink over there. Looks like Roxy Lee Blossom. A little bit. So here is number 2642. I don't know about you, but fighting Fuse sure makes me thirsty. Do you like lemonade? And he has mission board meeting. Operative, I have a mission of grave importance for you. Fuse's minions are stealing 2x4 technology for their own nefarious purposes. They must be stopped. Okay, so we have to go find some lumber caches. I don't know where these are, actually. Where's the first lumber cache? It seems like it's back there. So we're going to have to kind of run around the infected zone a little bit. No big deal. And here's Doc JC.
You're looking for a mission?
We have evil takes root. I know it must seem hopeless, but we must save the Dark Tree. It can't defend itself. Peggy Danger believes that the spore pods are somehow connected to the Dark Tree itself. She would like us to explore the relationship between the two.
I like your stuff.
Be careful with the core sampling tool. The drill bit on the end will go through the tough wood of the Dark Tree like butter. So, remember when we did those episodes, the things for Peggy Danger? Those are coming back as well. You'll find Fuse's stockpiles within the Dark Tree clearing. His beasts are harvesting wood from the Dark Tree itself to build mockeries out of our 2x4 technology. The first cache of tainted lumber shouldn't be too hard to find. Fuse isn't exactly a master of subterfuge like our own number 1. I guess we should be thankful for that, eh? And then hers says, use this core sampling tool to harvest samples from the roots or on the base of the Dark Tree. I want to measure just how much fusion matter has reached the tree's root system. Find a spot base near the Dark Tree to drill the first core sample. So this one, I think we have to actually go towards the Dark Tree, which I guess isn't too much of a big deal, because you can kind of get to the Dark Tree rather easily. I say that as I don't know how to get to the Dark Tree rather easily from this very point in time. You have to kind of go over here, I'm pretty sure, and then take the bridge. It might be the easiest way. You can go on this bridge as well, but you have to be over there to get on that bridge, and we're not over there. So, just thinking about it, I won't be able to get on that bridge. So I'm gonna put this monster to sleep as well, so I don't have to fight him. Oh, where? What? Where did he go? What? He apparated out of thin air. So he's gonna be stunned for like 10 seconds. So we're fine. We can kind of run up here. That man just He just disappeared. What? I've never once seen that. Ever. That's so weird. Anyway, this is a good way to get to the dark tree. Again, similar to the bridge outside, that bridge does have its holes. So you're going to have to be careful with that because, you know, you might fall through. And you're not going to have a very good time. There's a recall point here, so if I had recall on double D, this would actually be super useful in case I fall down. Because I have fallen down plenty of times on this bridge on stream. And people have laughed at me, and I felt really bad about myself. And I've questioned everything, but, like, you know, sometimes it happens. Sometimes you're just platforming on a bridge like this, and you kind of fall through a hole when you don't really mean to. And the downside about this bridge is that you can't use a vehicle on it, obviously, because we're in an infected zone. Also, we don't even have to go to the thing. We have to actually go down to the roots. So you can kind of take this down here. Right? Right? Did I just jump off the dark tree for absolutely nothing? No, I didn't. Okay, dark tree root. That one should work just fine. Find another site to drill nearby. Okay, so you can kind of just swim. Also, this kind of goo. There's a goo falling down from the dark tree. Looks kind of gross. It's also a solid object, apparently. That's also gross. Here we go. I don't know how that works, but there's some collision right there. Here's another dark tree root. Another excellent choice. Are you sure you've never done this before? So we gotta go and take some more samples of the dark tree. And that'll be totally easy and perfect to do right on over here at our third sample site. And eventually, there we go. That's the last one. Head back here so we can run them through the spectrometer. What does a spectrometer mean? First cache of lumber is, where is that? It's kind of towards the front. Okay. If it's towards the front, you know exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to be speedrunning. So by the time I swim over to the corner, I should have sustained enough damage to have passed out, and then Grim can kind of take me through the underworld to his resurrection over there. It's actually kind of over that way, but it's still like it'd probably be faster than kind of climbing out of the dark tree pit than to just do this. There we go. We're out. Oh no, we respawned. Why we respawned at the wrong one? No. Okay, well, so now what we can do, I guess, since we're over here, we can take the samples back to Doc. I don't understand how we spawned at the wrong one. I guess we were like just close enough. So this is the other resurrectum, by the way. It's all the way over here. I'm gonna try to make this jump. I don't think I can. That's the problem. I'm scared to make the jump, but I have to for the playthrough. Okay, we made it. We definitely made that. Okay, so I guess it's actually not too bad because we can just go return the quest that we just did to Doc, since she's right over here. I mean, I call her Doc. Her name's Doc JC. Dr. JC. I call her JC, but, you know, I'm just going to call her Doc instead. I don't know if she is a fan of that, but, you know, whatever. The dark tree is tainted with fusion matter down to its very roots. Strangely, the roots have a much higher concentration of fusion matter than the trunk. Well, yeah, because that makes sense. We'll get these samples, run through the machine, lickety-split. I mean, that makes sense how they're more fusion matter in the roots, because the roots are the things that absorb water, right? Look at those root samples under the microscope. Each sample looks like a tiny version of the ghastly growths. There must be a connection.
Okay.
There probably is a connection. Collect 3 samples from ghastly growths. Okay. So we're going to go fight the trees. We're going to go fight the big old trees. We're also going to make... I believe the lumber sample's over this way, too. Where even is that in relationship to us right now? It's kind of on the path with the trees, which is perfect, because that's actually where we need to go. So, honestly, us kind of respawning at the wrong resurrectum helps us out a little bit. Helps us out just a touch, just a tad. Also, there's a lot of running around that happening in the dark tree. So I apologize if this part is a bit longer than most other parts. I know it's really only like 30-ish minutes right now. But there are still a couple more quests for us to do, and a lot of them involve running around the dark tree. You know, just kind of having fun doing something. Especially if we get our Courage Nano mission, which I'm not sure we will. But if we do, that will also kind of involve us running around a little bit more. I believe Fusion Courage is technically in the fire pits, though. But here's the first sample of lumber. Tainted lumber cache. That's the first cache. The next one shouldn't be too far away. You're right. It's actually right there. Well, I guess if we're already here, we might as well just kind of just take it, you know. Here's the bully behemoth that we're looking for as well. He's kind of guarding our tainted lumber. I kind of do like how they're kind of all in this camp area, because it makes sense. I don't know where the third one is, if there is a third one. These always seem to come in packs of 3. Yeah, find the final lumber cache. It's up there. We'll go back there eventually, because we have to defeat Ghastly Gross, and they're right here. You have a nose for this operative. Have you considered joining the K&D? I have done more than enough that that should have qualified me to join the K&D, trust me. The amount of times we've saved the whole entire world, not to sound like Ben 10 or anything, but the amount of times we've saved the whole entire universe, I guess not whole entire universe, but we've saved the whole entire Earth from Fuse's destruction. And honestly, we technically have saved the whole entire universe, or we haven't yet, because Fuse is still very much at large. But if we stop Fuse here, you know, who's to say that we haven't saved the whole entire universe? Because after he takes on Earth, he might as well just go to the other planets in the universe and, you know, take them over too. Also, I'm going to gumball my nanos. I completely forgot to do that. I don't understand why I gumball double D, because gumball treasure finder doesn't do anything. But we're still gonna do it anyway. Oh, you don't want to step forward. He's afraid of the smoke. He doesn't want the smoke. Can we get a sample? Are we gonna get a single sample? We've not gotten a single sample. We fought so many of these Ghastly Gross. I remember last time I did this mission as well. This mission took quite a while to do. Just due to the fact that these guys don't seem to want to drop their samples at all, and you have to get 3 of them. So good luck with that. I remember last time I did this mission, I believe it was on stream. I had to run through the Ghastly Gross, like all of them, and then had to wait for them to respawn, and then had to go through all of them again before I got all of the samples that I needed. Because these guys don't want to give them up. There we go, we got 1. We got a single one, and we're already back at the beginning of the infected zone. Also, since we're at the beginning of the infected zone, my bad, you know what we're going to do? We got our second sample, which is awesome. I'm going to run to the nano machine real quick, and I'm going to grab Buttercup. I'm going to put Ed back, don't worry, but I'm going to use this so we can get extra fusion matter, because I really don't want to come up short when it comes to getting to the next level in terms of like XP. So I'm putting Ed back when we come back, don't worry, but eventually I will. I just want to switch out Buttercup for now, just so we can get the extra fusion matter from Scavenge, because that's going to be very, very useful, I think. Because we're about like, oh man, there's more Ghastly Gross. Okay, you guys can give me your final sample right now, and I'd really, really appreciate it if you don't mind. I'll take your final sample, please. Oh no, he didn't have it. Oh, there's a lot of, these guys are huge. You know, if we're taking a sample, there's a lot of sample to choose from if you catch my drift. These guys are thick. Big fat. Come on, do it. Oh, he didn't have it. Lame. Let's try this guy. This guy looks like a winner. He looks like a winner in my book, if I've ever seen one. There we go. Hey, he was a winner. Excellent. That's the last one I need. Please bring back all 3 here, please. Okay. So let's go grab the final lumber cache, and we can turn in 2 quests with 1 stone. And 2 quests with 1 stone, of course, I mean 2 quests with 1 Buttercup. And then after that, we have we get to finish the mission lines, because these mission lines kind of just span this level, so we'll be able to do those and those and those as well. Final lumber cache is up top here. As far as I know, you can scale. We've done this before. You can definitely scale this wall. Yes, you can. This guy's gonna attack me. I'm gonna put him to sleep. He didn't expect it. He didn't even see it coming. I'm gonna do the same to this guy. I don't want to fight him right now. You know what I'm gonna do? Put him to sleep. That's why I think sleep is actually useful. Because of those situations. I don't want to fight the monster. I want to put him to sleep. Here's our final lumber cache up here. Kind of by the exit. That's the last one. Bring them all here so we can figure out what to use them for. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. We can make our way on back to the doctor, the good doctor, and number 2642. I don't really know if that has like a reference or anything. It might have a reference, but it's a very large number. Uh-oh, monster attacking me? You know what to do. Put him to sleep. And then by the time we run away, They're not even going to be remotely available to attack us because we're all the way over here. Okay, let's give Buttercup a good old gumball. And we can turn in our quests to these guys as well.
You need a mission?
That should be enough for the lumber. We'll build something strategic value. We'll build something of strategic value from this recovered material. I'll give it some thought. What do you think about a lemonade stand? It is, you can get plenty thirsty around here. I've got the perfect idea for the use of the tainted lumber. We'll build a lemonade stand. Staving off the attacks of Fuse's minions is mighty thirsty work.
Go get 'em. Over and out.
I'm not sure what she borrowed my hammer for, to be honest, but I'm sure Dr. JC had her reasons. I'll say hi to... Oh, hello. Cosmo. How's it going? Let's go turn in this quest over here to Doc. We have to talk to her for, apparently he has his hammer. I have to go speak to Dr. JC. Dr. JC. Oh, haha! Her name is JC, but she goes by J.C. That's funny. Dr. JC borrowed my hammer. We'll need it to build our lemonade stand. Could you ask her to return it, please?
Looking for a mission?
Okay. Let's do Evil Takes Root, though. Could the tree be trying to expel the fusion matter from itself? That would explain the ghastly growth and the stronger contamination of the roots. We must help. These samples confirm it all. The tree is trying to defend itself. We must find a way to help it. She also has part 3 as well. The dark tree is under attack from within. We must find a way to let the tree's natural defense mechanisms drive off the invaders. And then, he's building what? You can't use the tainted lumber to build something. What if the lemonade stand came to life and tried to eat you both?
See ya.
She also says something else. After this, I'm pretty sure. Update your dialogue. Do it. You won't. Here, take these boxes from the new specimen fridge I just got delivered. They'll work just as well as the lumber and they're fusion matter free. Are you sure about that?
Let's get 'em.
I'd love toxic lemonade stands. That'd be amazing. Thank goodness Dr. JC stepped in when she did. We might have made a terrible mistake. Dr. JC was right. These boxes work just fine. Come back soon and I'll pour you a delicious glass of lemonade. Evil Takes Root is the next thing. Why do we have to talk to him, by the way? Number 2642 says he has some information about the tree. I'll need you to follow up with him and tell us what he wants. He has something to do with the dark fusion flies. The dark fusion flies are actually more like termites than flies. They're eating at the tree's roots.
Are you receiving?
You'll need to eliminate the threat of the dark fusion flies. You bet we will. I'm pretty sure if we take this bridge, we can actually go to them. But I don't know if this actually takes us to the dark fusion flies, but it looks like we're heading the right direction, so maybe it does.
But I was just getting started.
So we've completed board meeting. Board meeting is actually one of my favorite missions, just because it's so absurd. He's like, let's build a lemonade stand, and then she's like, you can't do that. What if it eats you? And he's like, yeah, good point. Let's not do that. Oh man, I love that. All right, we're gonna. Yeah, this is the dark fusion fly ground, so we're gonna have to defeat 6 of these guys, and we'll have a nice little bridge back to where we need to be at the very end of it, which is kind of cool. Can we make it around this thing? I feel like we can't. Oh, we can. It's easy. Hello, dark fusion fly. We've come to fight. I'll take a Buttercup so I can get like a little bit extra fusion matter for actually fighting these guys. What I've noticed is that the weapon seems to fire a lot faster than my other one, or it just seems to do more damage and it looks like it fires faster. One of the two. I can't really decide. But apparently the dark fusion flies are acting kind of like termites, and they seem to be eating the roots of the dark tree, which is not good, and we don't want them to do that. So we're gonna take them out before they can actually get about doing that. So again, the dark tree is very, very important to the story. So these missions have quite a bit of importance on our end fight with Fuse. There we go. And of course, dark fusion fly number. This would be number 6. Awesome. That went by a lot faster than the first time, I'm pretty sure. No, it didn't, because we got that the first time. So much for the dark fusion flies. It looked like but it looks like you've awoken something. What do you mean we've awoken something? What does that mean? So we have to defeat one of the big boy ghastly growths, which we can do. That's possible. I know where they are. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try this again. I actually do need to respawn at the what's it called? I do need to actually respawn at the thing, though. So I'm going to heal just to make sure I actually can get over to the corner. I need to respawn at the corner. So hopefully this actually does it this time. Come on, buddy. Respawn me at the beginning, because that's where I need to be. There we go. Okay, perfect. Because the overgrowth ghastly growths are over here. So if I respawn to the other one, it would not be very good. There's our homie right here, the overgrown ghastly growth. He's rather large. He's thicker than most. So we're just gonna kind of take him out as fast as we can, or as safely as we can, because you know, putting him to sleep actually doesn't really do anything. But I kind of just like doing it because I feel like I'm using Ed more than I should be. I'm really only using Ed when I run away from things. Got him. That's a great start. Let's see if the tree's natural defenses can take over now. Is that guy gonna attack me? I wanted to put him to sleep because I'm paging Dr. Ed.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, let's scoot on over to Doc JC, and then we can go turn in the rest of our quests, and we'll be done. So I guess this episode really didn't take as long as I thought. It is on the longer side. Don't get me wrong, especially when it comes to episodes. Episodes normally last like 30 minutes ish. This is probably going to go to 50, but I assumed it would be like kind of over an hour, but I don't think we'll actually have another part that's over an hour. I think the spaceport one was probably the worst one, just because of how long that took to platform around the spaceport. Granted, the Dark Tree is very similar to the spaceport, just in terms of the fact that it kind of has you walk all over the place, and there's not really like one really cool, easy path to get to where you need to be from certain locations, but the spaceport is so much worse. The spaceport is so much worse. So, at least with this one, it's really, most of it's grounded, so you can kind of just walk around the base of the tree, and you'll be able to get to where you need to be eventually if you kind of just walk around. Granted, it won't be very fast, but at least there isn't like terrible platform you kind of have to go through as well. Let's throw Buttercup out of Gumball while we're here. Why not? We'll get there eventually. And let's talk to JC. Hello, Doctor.
You looking for a mission?
You've done a wonderful job. It's all up to the tree now. Hopefully it will have enough strength to repel further attacks. I can't thank you enough for doing this service. You're a lifesaver. It's true. I am a lifesaver. Okay. So now we have to return to Tetrax and Jack. I'm going to save you guys the trouble of watching me walk all the way back. So I'm just going to cut the video, and I'll be back in a second when I get back to the Mandark carrier in Forsaken Valley. Alright, we're back in Forsaken Valley, and now we have these two quests to turn in. Let's do Tetrax's first. Fusion Assembly Line Part 2. Well done, but Fuse is likely building his machine somewhere else in the Darklands. We must remain vigilant. The assembly line is only a part of Fuse's plan. We need to find the site where his machine is being built. However, we have the upper hand now. And let's go turn in our Control Center Assault quest. Another solid victory. Fuse knows he's losing battles, but he thinks he will win the war. He will soon learn that he is sorely mistaken. The next phase of our plan will take you to the closer to Fuse's lair. I know you are ready. This will be your greatest challenge yet. Oh, I hope so. Oh, I hope so. I didn't even take out Buttercup. I have Buttercup Gumball, didn't even take her out. Oh my gosh. I'm bad at this. Anyway, let's go back to Blackhead, because we got to go speak to our magic tree. I don't think we would have been able to level up anyway, just because, even if we did Gumball him, because I don't think the extra fusion matter we got would have been enough to push us over the edge, but we would have been closer. But I don't think we're going to be able to level up this episode, unfortunately, so I'll just do the Courage Now mission first part next time, or first thing next time. We'll talk magic tree. Woo, I'm feeling much better, thanks. But as long as that dark tree stands, it poses a threat to the entire land. Does it now? Also, our poor vehicle vendor from Mount Blackhead is gone. They got moved to Sector V. Good work, come back for a reward and bring the dark tree seed. Okay, so our last thing left to do is to head on back to Nowhere. Our lovely, lovely Nowhere. While we're here, let's go and take on open some crates that we put on. See if we got anything cool. I don't know if we did. Extra change maker's kind of nice. I don't think it's good. Ooh, this is better than our current thing. Let's do that as well. Comforter jacket is better than our oh, we're gonna go full red. A full red outfit. Looks like a hype beast. Oh, Kenjutsu shirt. That actually looks, I think, a lot cooler. Especially with our swords on the back. I think that kind of works out a lot. Here's a okay, shatter gun. Gumballs. Okay, we didn't really get anything that cool, I don't think. I mean, of course, we got short circuit shoes, which are better, and jaguar shoes from the missions. But those are like standard. I'm gonna put on the short circuit shoes because those kind of look nice with our outfit, I think. Just a little bit though. We got Imperial Trousers. Let's see how those look. Not very good, so we're gonna keep on our pants. These also look. Oh, I actually don't mind how that looks. So our Cocoa look, unfortunately, is being retired a little bit, just because I want to spice it up a little bit, wear some more clothes, or some different clothes. So we're back in the land of Kevin Gar, of course. Here's Courage. Oh, I hope the magic tree feels better. Now we need to get that crazy bean candy back from Fuse, or there will be disaster. I hate disasters. Thanks for your help. The magic tree is better, so we gotta start looking for the crazy brain candy. I think we can use this dark tree seed, and here's some more sack gear for you. Woof! What kind of sack did he give us? Where'd it go? Oh, the boots. Let's put those on. Okay, so I told you guys at the beginning of the video, if you guys watched all the way through, I would give you guys a little bit of a secret code. It's kind of been going around for a bit, so maybe you've seen it around if you've kind of been active, you know, in the community and someone's told you, but some of you, I'm sure, have not. So if you guys, as a reward for watching all the way through the video, I'm going to show you guys how to get a secret cool item from a code that's in the game, and that we're not going to announce it or anything. You just kind of have to go find it. So
Where are you headed?
if you head on over to Peach Creek Commons, first things first, we're going to show off a little bit of an extra thing that isn't the code, but it's really, really cool. I'm gonna waste more money on vehicles that I'm not gonna ride. I guess I will ride this. So this vehicle vendor guy here has the cardboard hover car. Much like Ed Cardboard Fortress, the hover car runs on imaginary energy. That's a little bit of a Sponger reference as well. And we have the plank hoverboard, so I'm gonna buy that. The plank hoverboard, amazing, incredible. You get to just ride on plank.
Where you headed?
My trusty steed, plank. We're gonna head to Sector V. That's where we gotta go. And now that we're here in Sector V, if you want to get to the code, you gotta climb up here. All the way up here. I'm sure everyone's done this at least once. But now, if you go up there, you might be rewarded if you know what you're looking for. So if you head up to the top, you can now go into your journal, and the code is right here. The hero is great, 5-name hero, wild talks. So you go, the hero is great, 5-name hero, wild talks. And it works. You get a number 5 hat. Ultra rare. It kind of is clipping through my glasses, so I'm going to take off the glasses a little bit so we can see it into the light. Look at that, number 5 hat. So if you want the code, you don't actually have to go up here to get it. You can just type in the code. But if you want to, it's kind of cool. I think you should probably climb up here so you can do it. But the code is, the hero is great, 5-name hero, wild talks. It's been here the whole time. Eventually they changed it to a code in the original game. So we figured we kind of do it in kind of that span, and we'd do this. So that's going to be our episode today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little extra thing that I did. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are enjoying the series, make sure you guys leave a like on the episode. Also, I have a playlist with every single part. You can guys go back through, follow our adventure again. And I'll be back uploading some more parts now that I'm home, so I can do that now. Also, with this new update, comment, how'd you guys like this update? Do you guys like this update? What kind of vehicles do you guys want to see? There's plenty of vehicle ideas out there. So let me know your vehicle ideas, and if they're good, I might see what I can do about putting those in the game. Also, leave a comment with your, let me go open the nano list. Leave a comment with your favorite nanos out of these guys, and I'll be using them. I'm going to be trying to get Courage next episode, so for all intents and purposes, just assume I have Courage. And if you guys want to put pick your 3 favorite nanos, put them in the comments. I will pick my favorite theme, and I'll use them in a future part of the playthrough episode. Also, if you guys would love to, I would very, very much appreciate it if you guys hit the subscribe button with notifications on. I really, truly appreciate that. And if you guys ring the notification bell and you guys tell me in the comments, I'll guys give you a crispy shout out in a future playthrough part. So today, thank you so much, Bobby Boy, for turning on your notifications and subscribing. I really, truly appreciate you. You are awesome. Anyway, that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time when I go further into the Darklands for some more FusionFall retro fun. That's going to be it for me today, guys. Peace.